We are literally flipping properties in Canada without even buying them. And if you want to know how you can do it, stick around and I'll tell you how. Novation agreements. This is actually something that's been pretty popular in the States and they talk a lot about it there. And actually we partnered with somebody on a project in the States where we did something like this and we have been bringing it to Canada and it has been hugely successful in order for us to flip properties without even ever needing to take title. Now, how does this work? Doing a novation agreement or proceeding with a novation flip is basically the act of partnering with somebody who already has a property or a project, and instead of them selling it to you, they in fact partner with you so that you can come in with, let's say, renovation capital, or if you're a contractor, renovation expertise, and get that property flipped so that you can both split margins on the extra money that was made. So for example, let's say if you have a rental property that has been vacated, but you don't have the money to flip it, and let's say you also can't take a loan, but instead you know somebody who can partner with you. That partner can come in to make that property more desirable, more turnkey, because as we know, turnkey property in Canada will sell for way more. You stand to gain respectively. Now that is a win-win situation for both people. So if you want to flip a property in Canada for 2023 and you want to know how to do novation agreements, definitely contact us because we've been doing this and it has been a home run. We're partnering with people who already are stuck. They're appreciative in the fact that we can help them out, and we are appreciative because we can make some money without having the overheads of the mortgages and the payments. So how do you structure one of these? I'm going to give you a general outline so you understand at least the mechanics behind how it works. So let's say you have John over here and he has a property that he can sell today for about $500,000, but it's a duplex and the units are generally in poor condition. Now you may be a contractor or somebody who has flipped houses in the past and you have some capital that you want to inject into a property, but you know that the cost of actually acquiring a property can be a little expensive and you really wish you could save the money and you don't want to keep the property anyway, so why do you need to go through all the effort of putting it under your name? Well, here is where John and Andy might get together and say, hey, why don't we work something out? You have a $500,000 property that isn't going to sell for more than that, and I can renovate it for you so that maybe we can bring this up to a good $650,000 or $700,000. If you stand to make $700,000 and it only costs you, let's say, $70,000 to do a facelift on that property, which John doesn't have, the difference in the spread is now $700,000 minus $570,000. So let's say you take out all the fees and anything else that come with a realtor, you're probably left with about an extra $100,000. Now, why wouldn't John want to make an extra $50,000 in this partnership? It's a no-brainer. You can both make money. But now there might be questions coming along like, wait a minute, if I am going to be injecting capital into this property, how am I going to go about doing so and still maintaining a degree of security? Because I might be friends with John and maybe it's cool, but I also might not know John. And then how do I protect my interest? Because I'm the one who's actually not spending money on a property that isn't mine. What we've pretty much been doing is we've been doing promissory notes that can be later converted into a mortgage, right? And this is something that in Canada can be done as long as you go to the correct lawyer who can set this up properly for you. And this is just something that is going to be on a contingency. But as you know, just like with joint venture partnerships or anything else, the minute you have to go and fight through lawyers, it's not really going to be pretty and it's not really worth it for anybody. But you try to protect your interest as much as possible. Definitely don't do something like this with somebody that you absolutely don't know, somebody that you absolutely don't trust, unless you're able to structure it in such a way that you're definitely going to be protected. But right now, we have been in the game for quite a while and we have relationships. We have people that we know, we have people that we work with who just might need a helping hand. And that's where we come in to inject capital into properties to flip where the original owners couldn't. You save on real estate taxes, you save on commissions, you save on all kinds of things, and you both end up on top. The name of the game is to find people who are in need. And if you have been paying attention to the market between 2022 and 2023, you will know that there's a lot of people who bought properties at too high of a price and they now don't have enough money to finish the renovations and they are forced to sell at a loss. But if you can take them through to the finish line, you will both be able to profit. Honestly, it's actually a pretty simple concept. You would almost do this with family. You just have to be able to figure out a way to do it with people who aren't. So it's all in the contract. If you want to know more about how to make this type of thing successful, do connect with us because we do have training programs and coaching for how to flip properties in Canada for 2023. And if you want to know more about it, click on the link below. We'll be sure to connect and help you out.